Well, it's always a tough night when your season ends. And I've been lucky to coach these guys sitting next to me for the last 4 years, and I couldn't have been more proud of the fight that we showed, undermanned, banged up. And we had every reason, even early in the second half, we had every reason to kind of lay down when they hit us with a little spurt. But that's not who these guys have been. I'm not surprised. We kept fighting. We gave ourselves a chance, and then give Penn State credit. After, under 4 timeout, it's a 1-point game. They made 2 big threes and got a couple stops. They were able to get a charge on Scotty and hit 2 big threes to get it to 7, which was the separation in the game. So I thought we played incredibly hard. I thought we gave ourselves a chance. They're a tough team to play against. Terrifically talented. Obviously, Tony Carr is a great player and showed that with his 3-point shooting. So although I'm disappointed to lose the game, I'm more disappointed that I won't get a chance to coach these guys anymore.
Questions for the students? Raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Got a couple over on this side. Start with Teddy in front.
For the seniors, Brian and Scotty, I'd say Chris is choked up. He's emotional. What's it like to hear him, and what emotions are going through you guys now?
Scotty, start with you, please.
It's kind of raw right now. I don't really know how to feel. Obviously, this is not how we wanted the season to end. So I think we're all a little bit emotional. But like Coach said, I appreciate all the guys fighting until the end. Even, everything didn't go the way it was supposed to or the way we planned.
Brian?
Yeah, obviously it's disappointing how the season ends. Every year there's only one team that as seniors that you can go out as winners. Everybody else, you generally lose. There's not a lot to end your career. You don't usually end up winning. So obviously we didn't want to end it this early. It's start of March. Not what we envisioned when we started the season, but I think all of us are just very, very emotional and upset that, it's the last time we get to put on the jersey.
Go ahead,
Derek, you and Barrett were very productive on the interior inside today. What allowed the two of you to be so successful?
I think Coach Collins put in a good, offense to help us, get the ball in our spots where we practice. So just getting the touches, our teammates saw us, and I think that put us in good position to score the ball.
Go here on the left aisle.
Coach, you ran some.
Oh, just for the players, please.
Oh, okay.
I go in for Derek. You're going to be a senior next year. What lessons have you learned from this year, and how are you going to apply that going forward?
Well, first off, I just want to thank the seniors for everything they've done for the program. Also me, taking me under their wings and just preparing me to, be a senior. And I just want to thank them from the bottom of my heart. And, a lot of lessons was learned. We've been through a lot of ups and a lot of downs, just to stay level-headed and just always put the work in and just be ready, for the next obstacle.
Got one way in the back. We'll get a mic to you.
Brian, there was second half, I think, for the first 13 minutes, Tony Carr didn't score. What happened at the end where he just kind of picked it up? Did he just feel it or what?
They went to some of their favorite action and just got him in ball screens, and he obviously knew it was winning time, and he stepped up and got aggressive offensively and was just looking to make plays, and to his credit, he did.
Any other question for the students? All right, thanks, fellas. You may return to the locker room. Now we'll take questions. Coach Collins, start here with Teddy, then we'll get to you.
Barrett obviously showed a lot of life there. Why'd you decide to start him, and what'd you think of his game?
Well, he played very well in our last game against Iowa. We had a big deficit in that game, and I thought he came in and just gave us a nice boost of energy, and I noticed that his size was a factor in the game, especially when he was with Derek. I think our main goal was we had a couple days to figure out, I mean, how can we win the game? And that's how I always approach it. Like, what can we do with what we're doing? We have no Vic Law. Bryant is hurting. Like, what can we do to give ourselves a chance to win? And I just felt like going with the two big guys and trying to play a power game with Bryant being hurting with his shoulder and not having Vic would, you know, especially with Watkins not playing, I thought it would give us a chance to maybe cause some problems for them. I thought those guys played great together. I'm really proud of Barrett. You know, throughout the course of the year, he had his ups and downs, and he finished the year really strong, which I told him in the locker room afterwards should be a great motivator, you know, for him heading into the offseason now in the spring.
Here on the aisle.
Do you think that Scotty's fouling out with 3 minutes left sort of took the air out of the team that led to that Penn State run? Or
well, it was a big play, yeah. I mean, it was a big play. And, you know, there's a good officials, so he left his feet. I'd have to see a replay. I'm not sure if it was a charge or not, but that's what was called. And when you're only playing 7 guys, you know, and your leading scorer goes out the last 4 minutes in a 4-point game, it's going to affect the team. You know, I think we tried to keep fighting, but I think they came down then, and Carr hit a big 3, long 3 late in the clock. It was still a 4-point game. When he hit that 3 to get it to 7, and then we didn't come down and we didn't score, you know, that's when I noticed our guys, you know, the wind in our sails start to go a little bit.
Got one up here in front.
Coach, it seemed like a recurring theme this year. You'd be right in until the end, and then the other team would pull away. Do you think some of that was due to Bryant being banged up recently, or what might be some of the other factors for that?
Yeah, I mean, we have to be better in those situations. I don't want to put it on one guy. But, yeah, I mean, the last few games, you know, kind of makeshift, different guys handling the ball and trying to figure out what to go to late in games. I mean, that's what you do. At the end of games, you – just like what Penn State did, you go to Tony Carr and you play through him, and he makes plays. And, you know, this season we didn't take advantage of those opportunities. We had our chances. We had a stretch there in the middle of the league. We were 6-6, and we lost 3 or 4 games in a row that were right there for the taking, you know. And I think when we went through that stretch, we lost confidence. Then we started losing players and bodies, and, you know, it made it tough. But, again, I thought our guys fight tonight. I wasn't surprised, and I was hoping this wasn't going to be the case. But, you know, a lot of teams get to this point and they don't see a lot of hope, and you kind of just fade to black and you want the season to be over. And I was proud that our guys didn't do that. I thought we came to fight. I thought we came to win. I thought we laid it on the floor, and Penn State just made more plays in the last 4 minutes. I mean, it was a 1-point game. We're shooting a 1-on-1 to go up 1. And you know, I think we had 1 field goal the rest of the game. So there's no question that's got to be something as we move forward. You know, closing out games has got to be a focus of ours if we want to, you know, get back to where we want to go in this conference.
Back in the back.
Chris, this is now your first recruiting class is done, essentially. So despite all the hardships and everything that's gone on this year, have you had a chance to put that in perspective, what those guys accomplished in 4 years?
Absolutely. You know, I think, and I get it. I think it's always to focus on the now and the present. And none of us are happy about how our season went. None of us are, you know, excited about what we did this year. We're all very disappointed that we didn't have a better season. But that being said, I told these guys in the locker room what they've accomplished over a 4-year period is incredible. I mean, back-to-back 20-win seasons, you know, getting to the Big Ten semifinals last year in the tournament, going to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 70-whatever years, winning an NCAA tournament game. You know, there's so many things that these guys, the notches on their belts, that they need to be proud of. And it stings right now because you always remember the moment you're in. But I'm confident in time that these guys will be extremely proud of what they accomplished.